Alright guys, welcome to module number 5.4, or I would say sub-module of a color grading course for beginners. So we finally encountered now the last and the least favorite situation of filming and color grading, which is indoor using room lights only, or you're indoor and you don't have any control over lights. I will share with you free shots, free situations that you may encounter. And disclaimer here, again, looking at the previous modules when I was hammering down the camera setting and the exposure, it applies everywhere. And indoors with bad lighting, if you keep doing this, you will have, instead of crappy footage, you will have a good enough footage to be looked at. Because what happens most of the time, the footage just looks unusable and with a lot of noise, and you messing up with the ISO and stuff. Okay, this is the first shot. This is in my own room. I specifically waited to be night, and I have only one lamp, which is over there. This is a lamp over here. Just a tiny little lamp. And I made sure that I will expose my camera correctly. The white balance is on point, so we just go as usual, 3 tabs. We can raise the highlights pretty much, approaching 800s, going down with the shadows just a tiny little bit. The white balance looks fine, even this parade graph shows me. Let's add a lot. The one I didn't use, the beep. Yeah, let's use this one, teal and orange. Yeah. Again, we can double check the skin. Let's see. Let's select all the skin, right? Like this. Vector scope. Oh, look at this. The skin tones are also fine. But for me, it looks too much saturated. So I'm just gonna decrease the saturation, looking at this line over here. Tiny by tiny bit. Okay, that should be enough. Before, after, before, after, before, after. So looking at the after, yeah, this is the good skin. It's kind of matching the background, so I'm gonna raise a little bit the saturation so it's not too extreme. Alright, let's go to the next shot. This one was in the gym. I asked a friend to film my bulking results. He didn't have the time to check the white balance. I just said just film however you like, doesn't matter, I just need an HD looking footage. So pay attention when I'm raising the contrast. You see that the colors are just looking the same everywhere. It's just orangey look. So of course I'm gonna use the gain to color manage the whole shot. So pay attention to the blue. I'm raising the blue. And you don't have to look at the peaks to match all the colors. You look at the most consistent colors, which is here in the middle. So I'm gonna try to match this blue one with the green one. Let's reset it. You double click on gain and you reset it. And I'm gonna increase it ever so slightly. It already makes a huge difference, but again I have too much red. So I'm gonna decrease the red, going down, okay. Decreasing the red. Now the shot looks way more usable. This is before, this is after. And sometimes I will keep doubling down on this and mess around with these colors, because I'm not satisfied, but you know, it's indoors. Using this 3-step method, you will do the best out of it. Okay, let's put a lot somewhere. Yeah, let's use this one, dramatic one. Alright. Yeah, good, look at me. Bulking. Alright, this shot, you will like it. It was done one of my video portraits project, and this was a very shitty, to be honest, lighting. It has this intense yellowish, and you have the walls also be red. We found this elevator in a very I would say it was a classic Soviet building. We decided it would be a good matching to film the video here. Thankfully, the light was very near to the subject, but just trust me, it was not so intense as it looks like in this footage, because I raised my ISO on my Sony like crazy. So let me use this shot, because I showed where the lighting source is. So I'm gonna use this frame as a reference to color grade. Raising the contrast. Just make sure you raise the highlights not so much. We don't need white spots on her skin, we need to maintain the details. And then going in the shadows, just slightly. Oh yeah, and also as you see, the light is harsh because we are very near to each other, but it adds a dramatic look, which I like. And again, it messed with my white balance settings, so let's do recalibration. We just need to increase the blues, and voila, look, just night and day. It looks perfect, it looks better. And then this one I used a very intense lot. I think I used this one. I wanted to intensify the reds, but of course it affected her skin as well. So I'm gonna try to fix it. Edit. Picked it. Plus. Okay, it actually selects everything. Alright, let's play with the settings over here. Okay. Luminance. Okay. Just need the parts, the most exposed parts of her skin, of course. Alright. And then let's use clean black. Sliding like crazy, clean white. Alright, add some blur to not have color artifacts. Okay, so I selected the skin. And let's check the vector scope. As you see, it's too much reddish orangey look. I'm not sure if you may hear my laptop is running like crazy because it has to process all these colors. Nonetheless, we use the same approach. We are using the gain to slide the colors, but I see the gain is too much. So what you're gonna do in this case, what I'm recommending you, if the gain, if you're trying to use the gain, you see here it's trying to match most of the colors, and it's messing around with correcting your skin tones. As you see in the previous ones, you need to have a line, not these waveforms on this graph. So if gain doesn't work, then of course I recommend you to switch to gamma. Gamma doesn't add any colors, it's just trying to switch it as in the best way possible, maintaining it. So I'm gonna go like this, almost approaching greens. So now you see the skin is looking way more proper. Shift H. Before, after. Before, after. So if you go to before, it has too much reddish look, matching the background. Here we have going to yellowish side. So I'm gonna try to decrease the saturation a little bit to have some desaturated yellow. And voila, look at this. It's a good way to separate your skin tones from the background. Before, after. Before, after. So this is how you get the best out of it. So as a good rule of thumb, if you have shitty lighting, make sure you have at least cool background like this one. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'm sure you get a lot of inspirational lesson out of it, and see you on the next module.